from 1965, Thunderball. Watch this on Hulu. I think these have been yanked off Hulu lately. They kind of bring them back, take them away, bring them back, take them away, so you don't get too used to it. James Bond, Sean Connery returns. Yeah, so we have this funeral at the beginning. This agent of Spectre has died. He has the same initials as James Bond. Oh, but he's faked his death. Bond then really kills him. Gets away from some guys on a roof with a jetpack that I don't know what it was doing on this roof to begin with. Seems to function correctly. Yeah, I gotta wonder if these things work as well as they appear to here. But anyways, this happens with Bond. And then we have our opening theme music. This is sung by what is it to be loved by anyone? Can't remember the guy's name, but a man they call Thunderball or something like this. I think this is the first appeal to getting a pop act of the day to sing the theme song. So it's all right, And we also have the return of the Maurice Bender title sequences with the chroma keying effects here, silhouetted. That sort of stuff. This is also the first widescreen Bond film, and it looks pretty damn good. A lot of this is underwater, which is pretty damn surprising. I think there were a lot of issues with recording film underwater back in the day, and so this was really something that marveled people. This was a big spectacle, and it does look quite impressive underwater, I gotta say. The setup here is that we have Spectre operatives. This guy, he actually takes people out. It's like, oh, you embezzled from Spectre? Boom, chair electrifies, chair goes down, chair goes back up. Nobody there. Send up in Austin Powers films, funny scene, of course, with Will Ferrell. You shot me. You shot me in the arm. If you could just open the retrieval hatch. Alright, so anyways. The agent of Spectre, Largo, has this boat. He's going to retrieve these nukes. They'd set a guy up to get this face surgery, and so he's in at this place, Shrublands, recuperating, where Bond has also gone to recuperate, relax, get a physical. Bond's over there hitting on the staff. Pretty aggressive shit for you wouldn't see it today. The way how they're quite hesitant about this, but James Bond, Sean Connery deal with it. So they succumb to his advances. He fights some people over there. Ends up in a circumstance where he finds out that this guy had his face changed to this other dude, this pilot, who on a training mission hijacks 2 nukes. I think nuclear bombs on a training mission. What are they doing on the plane? I don't get that. They try to explain this further, how they switcheroo them in the Thunderball remake, Never Say Never Again, I think in an attempt to improve on the story. Maybe not super necessary, though, a detail you can overlook. Anyways, this guy had been tricked by this girl, Fiona, and so the guy who had been murdered, he had his face changed, is their agent. He's on the plane, takes out everybody on the plane, lands it in some shallow area, and then gets trapped under there and killed. Less people know about this, the better kind of idea. That's why you can't work for bad people, or work at all. So, lesson learned. They then have the nukes, and I'm not really sure what happened here. It's like they didn't take them aboard the boat. The boat's set up to hold this stuff, and they later try to put them back on the boat. But then they're like, screw it, let's put it in this dock area, this rock hideout. I'm not really sure why. Why couldn't you kept them on the boat? Anyways, Bond heads over to the Bahamas, investigate this shit, and he has this assistant, Paula, who had a different role in From Russia with Love. And she looks pretty hot here. In fact, of all the Bond movies, this is the one with the hottest babes. He meets up with this chick, Domino, pretty hot looking herself. think she's a redhead. She's like deep sea diving kind of stuff. She's this Largo's kept woman, although they're calling him his uncle or some shit, so it doesn't seem creepy for age difference purposes. Bond's hitting on her some, and they're at a gambling table. What's Bond play? Baccarat, Banco, I can't keep his game straight. It's only in Casino Royale does he play something Westerners know about. Texas Hold'em. Anyways, Largo's entertaining this idea, whatever. He's like, hey, you need to come by and meet me later, all this. Well, Bond, I think he realizes he's getting spied on at the hotel he's staying at. Does some deep sea diving, looking around for planes. Well, is it deep sea? What? Scuba diving. And like I was saying, it's pretty impressive stuff out there. Meets this chick Fiona, who is kind of telling him, I guess, gave him a ride back to the hotel in a Mustang going super quick. And let me tell you, this Fiona is so fine in this particular movie. Like, I want to violate her like my parole. Like, straight up. So anyways, Bond's like, yeah, I'll be having some of that too. Well, she and her goons take out Paula, but Bond hooks up with her anyways. Realizes that she's bad, says, hey, I did that for king and country. Though I don't think they had a king even at this time. So, anyways, I'm not sure, but Bond is chased around through this parade, ends up dancing with Fiona a bit, and she's quite a formidable foe. She shoots guns and shit. Bad guys are going to shoot Bond. He turns around, uses her as human shield. She dies. I'm like, ah, damn. Gets away. There's some nice little moments here, you know. There was some skeet shooting a bit earlier where Bond's like, oh, hey, it's as simple as you pull this trigger and boom. Oh, hey, anybody could do this. And it's like, yeah, okay, we got it. You're a good shot. Does this guy ever miss? God. James Bond to Sean Connery does not miss. Anyways, eventually, Bond has to get on the boat, try to... he'd been investigating around this boat, sees that it has openings in it and all this shit. I think that there might be a Felix here, who's a different Felix or whatever. Domino is captured. She's going to be tortured. Somebody helps her escape, and then they just kind of leave that guy be. Bond takes out everybody on the boat, and the boat like actually has a part where it comes apart, and then it has like armaments, and it's going to engage in battle with a destroyer. Good luck to the guys on the boat. I mean, you're really being left behind, like figuratively, literally, every which wayly. So they have to shoot a destroyer and get lit up. Bond, the boat is going like crazy fast. They're having a hard time steering it. Everybody gets off. Boat blows up. The guy who helped Domino is just kind of forgotten about. Even though they're in this raft, there's a plane that goes over, drops some stuff to him. Bond's like, oh hey, we'll just open that up. Then a sail goes up in the air. And it's like, okay, just hold on tight. And then plane comes back around, and then as you saw in The Dark Knight, picks them up and whisks them away. To which I'm thinking, how do you get out of this situation? Because the plane has to land somehow. Does somebody like winch you up? Like, it just seems super crazy dangerous. Plus Bond's holding on to her. Like, he didn't explain anything. He didn't say hold on tight. Just like, I'm cool, and then they're gone. But a fun way to end the movie. This is continuing the Bond tradition here. This is our first instance of, well, I don't know about first. Well, you have a cool moment of people getting taken out in a big room for Spectre anyhow. But, we had the return of the DB5. I guess they fixed it up, so it's got that going for it. Sean Connery still at or near the height of his powers. Pretty solid Bond movie. Hottest babes. 3 out of 4 stars.